Today we're going to do a smorgasbord of things that are cool and fun. ASMR. Things that are on the channel that we already like. So we have Cologne. We have a question. It's kind of like an advice thing, sort of. And then we're going to have a new interesting trigger. So the first thing we're going to do, though, is answer the question, because I like to lead the video with the good stuff, guys, like the good message. So, alright. Question is, at Santo Shrow 5275, 3 months ago, this was asked. I did leave a reply, but I'm going to answer it now. I don't ever comment on videos, but I feel compelled here because you're becoming my favorite ASMR channel. I'm training to be a psychologist, and I too innately have a very existential Hindu/Buddhist worldview. You feel like an older brother/friend figure I'd sit with and talk about the human condition. Thanks. How would you define being happy or happiness? Thanks for being you, Crab. How would you define being happy or happiness? Well, I would define being happy as the ability to be able to be mentally resilient in life to things that cause suffering and pain. Sometimes these things are just part of life, unfortunately. But how would I define being happy? The ability to be able to hold on to hope and to be able to live in the moment and, to have your health. Really, how would you define being happy? I would say like having your Maslow's hierarchy of needs more or less met. How would you define happiness? Happiness. People are happy when they are able to put their attention on the things that they want to. And whatever that may be for you, like, for example, whenever we're unhappy, it's typically because something is taking our attention away from the thing that we wish it was really on. And, sometimes life has responsibilities that we have to attend to. But, someone who is happy is someone who is able to put their attention onto the things that they want to put their attention onto when they want to. And that sounds selfish, but if you really think about it, a lot of living in the moment is about gratitude, okay? Which is a big part of being happy. Gratitude is something you have to work at. It's so easy to become ungrateful for things in life. And if you practice gratitude, you will be happier. You will be able to live in the moment more. You will have more control of your emotions and your attention. Meditation is also great for this. Like meditation practice, where you're practicing on focusing your awareness on things, so your mind isn't so distracted all the time. What do you think about that? Is that a cool effect? It's pretty cool, right? Light ASMR, light hand ASMR. What if I do a whole video like this? That could be kind of cool. Anyway, so how would you define being happy or happiness? It's really all about attention and the ability in life to put your attention on what you want. Now, that ability comes through things like hard work, discipline, goals, actionable steps taken towards things. Otherwise, you will spin your wheels in the mud, and you might lose important things, important opportunities in your life because of that. So it's really important to become a master of living in the moment. That is truly the best way to get the most out of life, I think. However, you must be responsible and plan, of course, for things in the future that could potentially happen, because life is chaotic. So, my other advice would be to insulate yourself with some money by working and saving. Cut. The next activity we're gonna do, because we're gonna save the best for last, is we're gonna introduce a new trigger to the channel. Get ready. The next trigger will be a light bulb, a light bulb, a light bulb, light bulb, light bulb, light bulb, and a magnifying glass, 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 and a light bulb. Now, let's see what happens. How is that? that good or bad? Did we like that? Well, I think it's pretty cool. I think it's an interesting combination of objects, and also I'm obsessed with this magnifying glass. Whoa, that's bizarre. Look, you can like see my face. Anyway, this thing is so sweet. This is my dad's. This is my dad's magnifying glass. This is my dad's magnifying glass. Basically, my dad is legally blind. Yeah, wild, I know. It's been a wild ride, guys, I'm not gonna lie. And I was speaking about gratitude earlier. Well, he's legally blind, but he can see. He doesn't drive. And like, things are just kind of shadowy for him. I'm not really going to go into it, but just know he really can't see. He can't really read. He has to get like this close to stuff. He has to make stuff on the screen huge. He always has to use a magnifying glass, blah, 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 etc., etc. I love my dad very much. He's had a pretty rough life, and he's just a really great guy. I love him so much. Anyway, this is his. Kind of dirty, actually. Good guy. I need to wash this. I wonder if I can just polish it real quick. Polish it. That's still kind of dirty. Why? Anyway, it's pretty cool. But yeah, that's the magnifying glass and the light bulb. Okay, now for the main attraction, you guys. 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 The main attraction, you guys, is going to be the return of the memo box. The memo box. The memo box. The memo box. I'm kidding, it's not. We're doing the whatchamacallit, the Cologne. First one up. Encre Noir by Lalik. I think I've done this one before, but you never know. The description might change. 3, 2, 1. Let it dry out a bit, let it dry out a bit, let it dry out a bit, let it dry out a bit. Dry out a bit, let it dry out. Oh, it's really good. It smells like vetiver. It's like this really dry, like wood shavings, clean linen and like wood shavings. Little musky. Oh, super good. Anyone watching? Pretty masculine fragrance, I'd say. Get this for your man. You know what I mean? Alright, next up. This is a great one. Next up. Should I start rating these? Encre Noir by Lalique gets a 8 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 8 out of 10. Next up. This is Polo Red. Polo Red. Polo Red. Polo Red. Polo Red. Polo Red. Alright, now. Let's see what it smells like. 3, 2, 1. Let it air dry. It's like sexy. It's like you're having sex in the back of a car. That's what it smells like. It's like a clubbing fragrance. It's just like a really like sexy, like masculine boy scent, honestly, but oh, it's really good. It has a time and place. It's just like really fun. I like it a lot. It's attractive. It's just kind of like boring and a little basic. I'd probably give that one 7.5. Next up is, I always apparently say this name wrong, Versace Eros. Let's see what it smells like. 3, 2, 1. God damn. That was crazy. Alright. Oh my god, what does this smell like? Alright. Oh, that's hard to describe. I have to let it air dry, y'all. Alright. It's like I'm having a lot of trouble describing this one. It's just kind of like vanilla. I'm really just getting a lot of vanilla right now from it. You know, I don't use this one a lot at all. I think it's a little bit of a divisive one. For whatever reason tonight while smelling this, I don't love it. I'm gonna give it like a 4. I'm gonna give it a 4, guys. That being said, don't like don't not try it. Go try this. This is like a divisive one, I think. I don't know. I usually like it, but I'm gonna do one more here for you guys. Well, what am I drinking, you ask? The most budget seltzer black cherry. Delicious. Cheers. Okay, now. Armani Code Original. It's really nice. I love this. It makes me nostalgic for high school. Like, I think I wore this a lot in high school, or one of my friends wore this all of the time. It's really classy, though. Like, I would wear this to anything I'm wearing a tuxedo. Like, this is like a wedding, but it's also like a night out on the town. It's really great, guys. Like, I love this one. I think last time I described it, I said it smells like New Year's Eve, which is sort of how I still would describe this. It reminds me of just like a night out in the city. It reminds me of like a night out in the city where you like go clubbing, or like you go to a bar, like, or you have like a nice dinner, and then like you guys go out. Like, it's just like a fun night out. That's kind of like how I describe that. It's super fun, like, yeah. Armani Code, super fun, yeah. Totally, though, I love it. It's so good. So, that's my little quick little ASMR, little Cologne. Bada boom, bada bing. Maybe we'll do like one more like surprise trigger. What would be a good little surprise trigger? Okay, we're gonna talk about something that is kind of like near and dear to me. Basically, growing up, I went to a little place called Hollywood Video. And at this establishment, you would go and you could rent video games, or you could rent movies. And what I got this one time was this particular game. Well, you can't actually hear me tapping that. Oops. But now you can. This is a game called Dot Hack Infection for the PlayStation 2, okay? This is a Japanese game that was imported, or whatever, to whatever the name is, to America, and little old me got my hands on it, and I was really into things like Toonami, Adult Swim, okay? I was probably watching these around like 8 to 10, so you do the math. Like, that's probably fucking incorrect anyway, but this kind of game and this whole little series, this Dot Hack series that got pretty popular as an anime called Dot Hack Sign, okay? When I watched Dot Hack Sign, this anime blew my mind as a kid. Not only is the story fascinating, philosophical, romantic, interesting at the time, way ahead of its time. Basically, long story short, an individual is playing a massively multiplayer online role-playing game, like an internet video game. However, it's so advanced that they are sort of like, they wear a headset, so like in front of their eyes, it's like virtual reality essentially. Well, one of these individuals, this is just a spoiler for episode 1, but one of these individuals named Tsukasa, basically what happens is that this very introverted player named Tsukasa comes in contact with a very strange creature randomly in the game. Something tragic happens, and when he attempts later to log out and like remove his headset, he realizes that not only can he not log out from the game, but he doesn't even really understand where his body is anymore. He feels like he's there. And long story short, it's a mystery romance story about not only the mystery of what's gone on, but what's happening in the real world as well as inside of this game, as the players around Tsukasa attempt to help him while they play the game, help him as a player who is stuck inside of this game. It's fascinating, and it's really a character drama about the interconnected relationships of these characters. And they're all sorts of people in real world. They're women, they're men in their 30s, they're men in their teens, they're women in their 40s, etc., all playing this video game. A video game called The World. I know. Very anime name, but if you can watch Dot Hack Sign, it's really good. I'm not a huge fan of like the last 2 episodes, maybe like last 1 episode, but otherwise it's really fantastic. I would highly recommend, even if you don't watch anime, this would be a cool one to sort of start with, I think. Ooh, here's some like original art for the actual thing that I'm talking about. How cool. I love physical media, guys. Okay, check it out. This design blew me away when I was a kid. I was like, what is this about? It's so cool. I'm obsessed with the font art, the styling of this. I'm obsessed with it. I love, this is such a 90s, early 2000s vibe. And like, that's just me ranting about my love for that particular anime. And this is all contained within this one umbrella universe that was created by Bandai. I don't know if it was Bandai Namco or not, but it's Bandai. Called this dot hack umbrella universe. But basically, this is the first of 4 games in the PlayStation 2 lineup. Okay. This one is called Dot Hack Infection, and then there's 3 other ones after this. The 4th one being the conclusion of the entire story. 1, 2, 3, 4. And in this game, you also play as a player in the world, playing the world, the game. And your name is, I believe your name is Kaito. This would be Kite. He uses 2 swords, like two daggers. Yeah, like that. He's really cool design. I kind of, it's iconic to me. And this design, iconic in my opinion. This is like where a lot of my aesthetic for design comes from. Things like dot hack and things of this nature. And another cool thing about this game, so let me finish the summary of the story of the game. Basically, you're a guy named Kite, and what happens is very similar, but like one of your friends has like a massive something happens and he falls into a coma while playing the game. And you essentially have to figure out, like, what? It's really cool, though, because this is an Xbox 360 controller, but while you're playing the game on your controller, it's like on the screen, it's like you have a desktop, like you're playing on a PC, and you have to like respond to other players sending you like email, and so it really feels like you are, how do I get this out of my face so much? We're gonna invent on the fly here. Is this better? I don't like it. Well, anyway, also with the, oh shoot. Also, with the game comes like an entire original anime that subliminality. It's awesome. I love it. Another thing about Dot Hack that's really great, the music is incredible, okay? It's so good. I just highly recommend Dot Hack Sign. I just really, really do. It might be really slow for some people, and it is very slow, but it's so foundational to anime today, and like, I just love it. Like, anyway, that's enough gushing about that. I think we're gonna just do some like hand movements to close it out, and then we'll be done.